Mbijire, this is where you come in on issues of policies. And what we are seeing is an emboldened Al-Shabaab which has the internet in their favor. Are we doing enough to win the psychological warfare? Because of people, we've seen Union saying, get the people out of Mandera. The reaction has been, run, get out of there. Kasim is saying to me that just before he went to Mandera, people were saying, are you crazy? You can't go there.
Yeah.
What are we doing enough to win the psychological battle?
I think as a country we are getting traumatized every single day. We may end up someday with need as a country to undergo psychological counseling, because every single day this is stressing us emotionally, this is stressing us mentally. Now you soon begin to see bodies of Kenyans flown to Nairobi, as Abbas Gulet said, and members will go and identify them. Like last week, I joined my relatives to go and identify 2 bodies of my relatives who were killed in the previous Mandera attack. And you should have seen the strain, the emotion, the anger. So as a country, I think we are undergoing a lot of pressure emotionally. And I think government needs to realize this is not a good pressure. When people get strained like that, you need to bring moments of ease, where you ease their emotions, where you ease their pressure, else this pressure builds up and it can culminate into even a political crisis.
But is this part of the battle? Is this part of the terrorist act to psychologically inflict us?
Actually, Al-Shabaab has found a fault line. They've found a soft target, and I can assure you, God forbid, but as a security analyst, I can assure you there's going to come another attack, and I won't be surprised if another one follows.
Okay.
Because Al-Shabaab knows we can't get them. All they're doing now is busy sending their emissaries, the intelligence, all over the northern frontier, from Mandera and down into Garissa, close to Lamu and Tana River. Go identify where else can we hit. They identified this quarry and knew, did reconnaissance, surveillance, intelligence gathering, and knew that almost everyone that is in the quarry is from up country, or rather from the rest of the country. So go hit the place and separate the people.
Which then brings a question, why Mandera? Because in Lamu, first of all, there was conflicting reports, the government saying that it's the work of politicians. And then now in Mandera, the assumption has been that because of its proximity to Somalia, it's the reason why it's a soft target.
You know, Mandera is quite different from Lamu and Pekitoni because, number one, the influx of small arms and firearms is, at a very different rate, because statistics done by the Kenya National on Small Arms stated that there are between 560 to 680,000 illegal firearms in this country, in this nation. So you can imagine, if somebody wants to cause harm, it's very easy for them to do. And I remember when we were doing the investigation, the Killers Corridor about Mpeketoni, government officials were saying this is the work of politicians or stuff like that, but then it wasn't. We exposed, and we spoke with people, we spoke with different sources, and then at the end of the day, the government also noticed actually this is the work of the Al-Shabaab later on down the line.
Okay.
And I think sometimes it's not good to make assumptions quickly. It's good to wait for the investigations to be concluded.
Well, there are those who have waited, sorry to cut you short, and then there are those who simply don't buy that it's the work of the Al-Shabaab. Mutahi Ngunyi, for example, thinks that it could be copycats using what we know about the Al-Shabaab to terrorize people, and this is what he had to say about that. It's very interesting.
We must find out who is behind this. Is it the Islamic courts through Al-Shabaab? Zero. That's not the case. My thinking is that this is probably the agenda of the owners of the Arab Spring. The same people who wanted us to have a Kenya Spring when they called a number of meetings are the same ones who are causing this irritation. And you saw how Tumechoka thing just emerged from nowhere. Nobody knew. Actually, I was not feeling very tired by myself at that particular moment. And I wondered, who are these people who have gotten tired? It didn't quite resonate with me. But it looks like some of these projects have their owners. So in my view, we need to test all spirits. And we need to interrogate every single rendition. Whether they say it's Al-Shabaab, Mungiki, or whatever it is, we need to find out, is it really? And you cannot do so without using the lens of foreign policy.
Mbijue, this falls right in your turf. We're being told to investigate all narratives. Do you think there is a possibility, however slim, that it could actually not be the Al-Shabaab as we have been saying?
No. In this case, I've always agreed with Mutai Ngunyi. He's mentored me in a whole lot of issues. But on this one, I beg to disagree, absolutely. Because as my colleague Kasim said, the proximity of Mandera County to Somalia is already one of the greatest contributing factors why Al-Shabaab finds Mandera an easy target. You will know this is not the first attack in Mandera. The life of the governor has been on the line several times. IEDs have been planted on his way path. His office was attacked the other day. So Mandera has been a hotspot. And regardless, in spite of the other ethnic or the clan problems that are endemic in the area, Al-Shabaab has actually identified Mandera as a soft target. They just cross the border, hit them, and go back.
Okay.
Now, Mutai's school of thought is that this is actually connected to the Arab Spring, looking for a Nairobi Spring and the Okoa and Tumechoka thing. Actually, Mutai, as an analyst, can actually read the script to the end, even before it's enacted, because that's the way it will go. And that's why I fear for the Kenyatta government. I was very, very sad when President Kenyatta got into the squabble he got into with the last attack.
Okay.
You don't let mad people come from wherever with their madness, come hit your people, and then you're left with a raw egg on your face. That's what happened to our government.